back, baby. I'm Tom Bassel.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
And I'm Mike Delicio. I know, right?
It's Mike Delicio.
Good to be back.
It's good to have the show back. It really wasn't Crowdsurfing without you.
I would argue with you, but the many, many threads on all of the social media accounts across the world have backed up what you said, so I can't argue.
But there was one comment that said, it's nice to have someone in who doesn't have the same 3 catchphrases, I believe.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's not fair. He has at least 4.
Oh, I didn't say I agreed with
Come
it.
on. He has like 4.
That comment for the kids.
That's right. Frankly, I won't stand for it.
All right, everybody. This is a show where we talk about things that are being kickstarted, GameFound, Indiegogo'd,
There's another one
or
on
Pulsed.
Pulse, yeah.
Okay.
Post.
There's
Okay.
one that's none of those today, I think.
It was a
One
Crowdoxed?
of the non-gaming ones. It was something else.
Yeah, Indiegogo.
Oh, that was
It was
Indiegogo?
Indiegogo.
Okay.
All right.
Wild.
And pretty soon, Backer Kid It.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. We'll get there soon.
You should think about the verb that your thing will
Right.
be.
What's it going to turn
Kickstarted
into?
makes sense.
It sounds good, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're talking about games that are going to end in the next week because we're doing this show again in 1 week for during December Spectacular. Ooh.
That's coming.
But we got a lot of games, a lot of different things, weird stuff this week.
It's a strong week, I would say. I thought there was
I think it's a good week. Yeah.
variety of games, a lot of strong games in there. I was very pleased with this
A lot of
batch.
good-looking, well-organized pages, I thought, as well. Like, less games that I walked away like, I don't know how to play it. Like, very good structured pages.
Some pretty big ones have launched recently that we won't be covering this week either, so just keep that in mind. I know that always gets brought up.
They'll
you know.
come up.
Yep.
All right, well, here we go. Starting with GameFound. We have Hans Christian Andersen. I'm Hans Christian Andersen, who has written some of the most depressing fairy tales in existence.
But Tom, he was a swan the whole time.
So there's only 444 available. I'm not sure why.
Why? I think they're just making this very small. Yeah.
It's very indie. They talked about it being just 2 designers doing these things together. They've done one crowd-funded project in the past, and they decided their next thing was going to be 6 products all at once. To be fair, they're setting pledge sort of groups.
Yes.
Where you can only get 3 different varieties here.
Either card
All of them?
games or flipping right.
Yeah, all of them,
Yeah.
all 6, or 3 that are flipping rights, or 3 that are card games.
Interesting.
But these designers have done some pretty well-known games.
Yeah, they've done a lot of respected, well-known games, like you said, Flamme Rouge being one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
These seem very, to put it kindly, light, fluffy. To be a little meaner, they seem a little derivative.
Like Go Fish or Old Maid almost. Or they're like really, really simple kids.
For every one of these I saw, it's like, oh, so like this.
Right,
oh,
right.
so like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that they put the name of Hans Christian Andersen on the cover rather than the name of the designers. Unless Hans Christian Andersen has been zombified, and I don't know.
Now, I'm making an assumption here. Is Hans Christian Andersen the nationality of these designers? Are they kind of like celebrating culturally?
I don't know
I
that.
don't know.
I wonder if
Where's
that's
it
part
from?
of it. I could be that's complete conjecture, but
Danish.
he's Danish, and I do think. Let's see if the designers.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, from
so
Denmark. So
maybe-
that's. I think they're celebrating the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And again, these games are very, very light. Perhaps that's the point, that these games are extremely light.
Right.
They'll feel like something people have played, which is the point, you know. And it's not like these designers can make a heavy, complex, thinky game.
Sure.
It's not at all what I'm saying. Clearly, they've proven themselves. I'm just surprised that they all are that light and a little derivative. But maybe I'm missing the point.
So this is from the same company that made Bloomtown.
Okay.
Which
I have not played that.
I think that's actually in the
Did you
Dice
play
Tower Library. Yeah, it's like a
Is
little
it?
city building game but with flowers.
that? Okay.
Bloomtown.
Did you play it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Do you remember?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't
There
be
we go.
tricksy. All right. Maid Knight Saga.
Oh, boy.
The Story of Falta Sia, complete edition from 1993. Actually, the art's fine.
Yeah, I was expecting.
Wow, though, this is so, like... down a road I'm not interested in.
No,
Right,
and
yeah.
I may be speaking from a place of ignorance here, and if so, guilty, but I was kind of waiting as we scrolled down the page for it to get creepier, and thankfully I don't think it ever went into that creepy realm of, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Still not my cup of tea, still not anything I have a particular interest in, but there was nothing about it that skeeved me like some of these do, so...
And it actually looks like a somewhat involved game.
Yeah.
It seemed okay. I watched the video for this one, and it's... Yes, they allude to the whole you're going to this school to become part of the Knights. Mm-hmm. One of the things you're trying to do well in to become one of the Knights is beauty.
All right, I'm out.
And I'm like, well, how? Also, how?
You and me
know
will
what I mean?
never be knights.
I'm never going to be a knight.
That's right.
So, yes, it dips a toe into that whole anime girls
Yeah.
with giant swords and things.
Right,
so,
right.
But you're right. The game looks okay.
Yeah.
I'm just not interested either. It's not really my vibe.
I don't know much about this Lion Wing publishing here.
They're from Cincinnati, huh? Oh, here we go.
Hang on, folks.
Here
Press it.
we
Am I a
Hold
human?
it. You are. Checked.
No, they're still checking.
Yeah. All right, what do we got?
I remember this game as Embryo Machine.
What is with these
Ooh.
titles?
Blake reviewed that Wild Hunt Festival on the channel.
And this one's called Gun and Gun.
Gun and gun. Carne con carne.
All right, next one. Olymplakks. Now, this, when I first saw this in a
Yeah.
Facebook ad, I know that's shocking. I
Funny,
thought,
I didn't get that ad. It's interesting you got it.
well, you know.
We're all going to get it now that he said
That's
near
right.
our
Yeah, that's
phones.
right.
I was excited about it until I saw that I felt that they were trying to do too much.
Right.
That was my
Yep,
thing.
exactly.
I like dexterity games. I
Sure.
think they're super fun, and this definitely is what's the
Crokinole. Oh,
This
yeah.
is a Carome type. Well, you're flicking discs.
Yeah.
I mean, rings, flicking rings. But then when they're like, oh, but you also can do this and that, and look
Right.
over here, and I'm like,
Get out this
dude,
basketball
just
court.
pick one of these
Yeah.
things and
Yeah,
stick
it's like
with it.
And it was odd that they chose sports because it's like they're trying to target it towards the sports fans, but then it's just the dexterity of the sports, which I feel like that's any game that you can pick up at Target that's a 10-in-1 kind of thing. It just felt
Yeah.
like something that's already out there at Target.
Yeah,
That's-
that 10-in-1 thing, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a real 10-in-1 feeling for sure.
That's a good call. It feels
Yeah,
like it should be the
it's
sharper
a party game. It gives me that feeling that you're mentioning. It also gives me that sort of cranium feeling where for a while there was no party game that was one party game.
Right.
Right.
Every party game was,
Yeah.
Pictionary and trivia and guess 3
Right.
and whatever. Like they had to do them all. This is trying to do them all.
Yeah.
You lose something with that,
Right.
approach. Generally, what you lose is clarity.
Yeah.
I'm also not sure about the quality here of the components themselves.
Sure.
Now they do mention it in the video,
Right.
which I thought was pretty interesting that they very openly said, our quality was not so good before. We've worked on it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, okay. But it doesn't look that interesting.
Yeah, here's the thing. When
Right.
I
I
go
get that
through
like
these,
drinking game vibe.
I go through these
Oh,
games,
yeah, that's good call.
and none of the games, like the basketball one, looks like the guy had a spoon
Right.
Yep.
and was like, "Hey, let's make a game out of this."
Sure, yeah.
None of these games look that particularly interesting.
No,
I mean,
especially
the climbing one. Are you kidding me? You're just stacking,
Stacking.
Right.
things. The golf one's probably the most interesting, but even that one is like,
Yeah.
what does all that terrain mean? It
It
doesn't
just looks
mean
like
much.
one of those,
Right.
yeah, like table, desktop.
But you're
I like
right.
the
This looks
fir-
like it would be sold in Target.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling it.
Nah.
Yeah, it's too bad because I would like to like this one. All right. Would you like to go to the Hostil Hostal?
Why didn't they spell it with an E? Why didn't they just call it Hostile Hostal?
It's
Well,
a
they're-
Spanish game.
Right. Yeah. It's from Bogota.
Yeah, okay.
And
Do you want to see this project
Is
in
that
Spanish?
hostile in
Hostil.
Spanish?
Like hostile, like
Like the word
off-putting.
like angry?
Hostil, yeah.
Hostil. Oh, that's how it's spelled?
Yeah,
oh,
hostil
that's why.
style, yeah.
Okay. Hostil Hostal. Okay, at least
That's how they
that
say
makes
it
sense.
in the video. It's
Ah.
it's not hostile. Hostile.
Muy bien.
Yeah.
I
It looks
don't-
interesting,
I don't hate the
right?
look of
There's
this,
a
right?
lot
This
going
looks-
on.
yeah.
It looks like there's a ton of iconography in it too, but this looks kind of interesting. I like
Yeah.
the theme.
The theme's cool.
The theme's kind of neat.
It's almost like a Bloody End type of a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite that
Yeah, like-
macabre.
Yeah.
try to make sure people in other rooms, I guess, don't rest. Is kind of what you're doing.
It feels almost like, like in
Bring a family of 7.
like Unicorn Fever, where you're playing cards face down to a row. That kind of is doing that thing a little bit. That's kind of fun. I have a little bit of chaos. Like, you can't take it too seriously, I would think.
I think my concern with this one is that the game's feeling, kind of the ha nature of it, is going to get bogged down by a lot of rules.
Yeah.
Normally if I'm going to play a game that's meant to be funny, humorous, has kind of that vibe, take that, then I don't really want a lot of rules coupled with that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is kind of nailing that balance for me personally.
Right, but this is an example that Camilla was talking about earlier, where it's a nice looking page. It looks like they've got their stuff together.
They
you know what I mean?
explain the game, which I'm happy for.
They do.
Yes.
So, yeah. And all of those animated, pictures. That's a great. It's not so much that it's overwhelming. It's just the right length. That looks good to me.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good way to explain it.
And if I want to know more, I'll go watch your 10-minute video.
That's right.
But it gives me that overview.
Spoiler alert, I
love
don't.
that. But
Yeah. But no, that looks good.
All right, we've been waiting for this one for a bit. Amun-Re, widely considered to be one of Reiner Knizia's best games. Seal of Excellence. I think this was pretty high up there was it number 1 for us?
It was in the top.
You didn't play it.
I hadn't played it yet, but it was up pretty
Have you
high.
played
because
it
you
now?
liked it. I will as soon as this version comes out.
Well,
I'm
you
not
have
playing
never-
the
you've
old trash. You kidding me? Come on.
Mike does not do anything
When I know
unless
there's a new
Detroit is
version, I'll
involved.
wait 3 years for the new version.
Knizia is secondary to Vincent Detroit.
Right. It's like, what, you need to play this. No, there's a new version coming out.
So
I'll
this
wait.
is the 3rd version of Amun-Re. There was the original version, Rio Grande, I don't remember who the original publisher was. Then TC Minstrel did a version of it.
Yeah.
Now this one looks really good. Amun-Re is an auction game in which the auction is, if you can see the board here, no, the card. Oh, they're on the cards themselves.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyway, you're auctioning for different plots in Egypt, and then these plots, you'll grow them, you'll put pyramids on them, and halfway through the game, no one owns anything.
Yeah.
And then you auction off everything again.
Right, but the improvements stay. So you've enriched some places that are going to be hotly contested now. It also uses that auction idea of I bid somewhere, and if you outbid me there, I have to rebid
somewhere else.
But I cannot rebid there.
Like the Cyclades thing.
I have to move.
Yeah,
Right. This is the OG game that used that Cyclades and Vegas Showdown did
Right.
it.
Hey, I mean, I think it looks great. Obviously, the combination of that designer and that artist is going to get my attention. I'm a little concerned that they added a 2-player variant. This does not feel like a game that needed a 2-player variant.
I'm really psyched about that.
Are you excited about that? Really?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are?
yeah. I am.
Okay.
Because this is a game that definitely wouldn't work without player count out of the box in the previous editions. I like that they're doing something 2 players.
Okay.
Is it going to be good? Is it going to work well?
Right.
Give me the feeling of the game? I have no idea.
All right. Well, interesting. Because
But
I thought
like that they did it.
you would not be into that. Because I thought you'd be feeling like it was shoehorned or something.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't put any reviews in here. These are all previews for this new edition, but why didn't they get anyone? I mean, why didn't they use reviews? Doesn't have to be ours, but anybody's saying, "Hey, this is a great game."
A classic.
Sure.
Because those are straight reviews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I am excited for this. The new stuff they're adding here sounds interesting.
Yeah.
A few little modules.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I could see myself being tempted by this, even if I owned a previous edition, which I don't. But yeah, this is a great game. It's very Euro. It's a classic. Yes, it feels a little old at this point. I just wonder if this will revitalize it.
I have one concern, and that's the publisher. Now, I like Alley Cat. I like a lot of stuff they've done.
Yeah.
But recently, we just got their Imperial Palace. Was that the name of it?
Oh yes. Is it called Imperial Palace?
wait.
No, Eternal Palace.
Eternal Palace. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway.
How could you mess that up?
I know. And I liked it, but it had a few.
Well, we also had the garbage edition, Tom. We had the retail edition.
No, I got the Kickstarter
did you?
edition, and I compared them, and they were almost the same. And it was a B+ production.
Okay.
I don't want a B+ production.
You want
I want
an
an A.
They did Dice Theme Park too, didn't they? Am I thinking the right one?
They
That's
did
another
Dice
B+
Hospital.
production for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It's neat, but for example, in that game, each player is a color, and also there's colors of dice, and they're the same, and they're also
Yeah.
pink
Oh.
and blue and why and Again, I might be wrong. This artwork looks great. It's better than Alley Cat's normal artist, with all due respect to them.
Sure.
I thought this would be a 25th century game myself or something, because they're the ones doing all this.
Because they're doing raw. They're doing
Raw.
the raw, and they're also doing the through the desert.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah, this is a Knizia Renaissance, folks. I told
Isn't
you,
that weird?
Knizia Renaissance. The greatness always comes back around.
It is interesting that there's all these Knizia games lining up
And
now.
some
It's
new
not
ones.
as interesting. The man's really good at selling his games to companies.
Right, but they're
Yeah, but it's just it seems to be lining up. It's like
Yeah.
when one actor happens to
Right.
shoot a bunch of movies that take longer, different amounts of times in post-production, they all kind of come up at the same time.
yeah.
This, Raw, Through the Desert.
This is like Travolta when Pulp Fiction came out. It's just all of a sudden
absolutely. When I
Travolta
think
everywhere.
Knizia, I think Travolta.
That's right.
Anyhow, this game is a great game. It looks good.
It does.
So, I mean, maybe I'm worrying about nothing because it looks fantastic. Channel 1. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah, it's a joke to play on the word.
Right.
Semi-cooperative, I don't love the sound of that right off the bat, but I like the graphic design and look. I like this retro feel.
It's a
what I was
cool
gonna
looking game. The explanation seemed, I watched the video again, the explanation seemed okay. I think the look is going to carry this a lot.
Yeah.
Thematically, they were trying to do the whole, go to a location, and then you interview someone at that location. Then other players can play new information face
Right.
down to mess you up a little bit. This game sounds and graphically looks better than it seems to
Yeah.
me.
So I guess, like, if you have that location, anybody can close that lead, though, right? And then you split the points if you've done anything. So they might not just be messing you up;
Right.
they might also be helping you. So that was kind of
Right.
my concern. Is it's like
That's
kind
that
of that
semi-cooperative
right?
thing.
Semi-co-op, and it's kind of a. I guess it's that take that,
they did
but
that
it also
Cultivate
is going to be
game.
like kind of supporting, and so you don't know like hidden
You don't know if it
information.
might hurt you
and
or
so,
help you.
right, and so
Got
I
it,
think
though.
that was going to be
At some
interesting,
point
but
we
also
had
maybe
it.
really confusing in the gameplay.
Did we play that Cultivate?
Sorry, I was talking over you a little bit because that was one that we got through the studio, but I don't know that any one of us actually played it.
Did we get it?
I thought we did.
Are you sure we got it, or we just
Maybe
saw
we
it? Was it
talked
at Dice
about
Tower West? I feel like it was
That
at
could
Dice
be.
Tower
That could
West.
be.
I don't feel like I've seen it. No.
It's another one that looked good. I
They
liked
have
the look of it.
great graphic design. Yeah, their games look great. The retro vibe, the artwork is
Yeah.
great. I don't know. This one, I'm not feeling the game as much as I am the look.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
when I want to be great. I'm not faithful in that.
It's a good price point. It's not doing
Right.
barn busters though, so I think I think other people might have similar concerns.
Definitely one I would try though if it came through here. I'd be interested to try it.
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
turned
I'd
off
look at
enough.
it.
It's more like I'm concerned about
Right.
how that's going to work, but not a hard pass.
I'm
Yeah.
also not sure that theme is like, ooh, yes. It's not necessarily that exciting.
Yeah.
Sounds
Right.
neat and distinct. Cool.
Right.
I'm okay with the theme. I like it.
I don't know if it's exciting.
All right, who's your favorite Christmas hero?
Oh, I'm so excited about this one.
Oh, it's definitely Krampus.
All right.
He looks so
Santa
cool.
versus Krampus.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who looks cooler. I think Krampus might look cooler if he didn't have a sock puppet. I don't remember that in
Right.
the tale.
Well-known detail in the
That's right.
story of Krampus.
To be fair, though, I'm not sure I remember
puppet.
Santa Claus carrying around a giant hammer either. So.
Well, you know.
That's how he gets all the toys in the sack.
This is amazing, me folks, because it's making 600,000. And we all like Dice Throne here,
Right.
and it's fun. This is not like a full expansion. This is one small box of
Right.
2 characters.
2 characters.
Right.
It is,
Yeah.
but one of the cool things about Dice Throne is that you could play with just this box. You don't need anything else.
Oh, I know. I'm just
Yeah.
amazed that it's making 600,000.
Well, it's just, first of all, they're saying that, of course, with supply chain issues, but they're aiming to get it in before this Christmas. That's huge.
If I'm not playing this game this Christmas, it
Right.
will be a huge
Right.
disappointment.
But it's
I need that sock.
It's
puppet.
that whole thing that
Look at that.
It's like Mankind here.
Right.
What is going
It
on?
is. No, that's Santino Morelli. He did that too.
Mankind did it first.
He did it first. It's that whole neat thing of being able to incorporate this. Like now you can play Miles Morales versus Krampus versus, you know what I mean? You can do all of this stuff,
Right.
and these can be incorporated into Dice Throne Adventures too, because they have the minis that go
Look at
with
those
it.
dice. Those are great.
Did you see they have
dice.
metal dice too? I'm not going to get them.
Yeah, I
They
saw
have
that.
metal
That's
dice too.
weird to me.
That's kind of crazy.
You're going to be wrecking your little player board if you're
You
rolling
can't
on
roll
there.
on the board.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You
That would be
have to. That's
bad.
the
You
only way
don't
to
need
roll.
these pre-painted minis unless you're playing the Dice Throne
Unless you're playing
Adventures,
Adventures. Even then, you don't need them. You
which
can
I
play with
noticed
the.
did not get checked out at Dice Tower.
It's a
got-
big box.
It got pulled
Scary box.
for component issues.
Oh. It's a tough one for a convention.
Sorry, I can't roll my eyes on
Okay.
camera. But I'm rolling my eyes because I know the component.
Okay.
Whatever. Anyhow,
It's cool. It's a level 2 difficulty and a level 4 difficulty, which is nice also.
what do you think about this balance kit thing here? So this is
Oh.
I think it's great.
this is interesting. I mean, this is 3 heroes from season 2: the Huntress, Vampire Lord, and Tactician. Neither of which are my favorites.
Yeah.
They have buffs, but
They just
so
give
you can download them.
Yeah, they just give you the new board. It doesn't change any of the cards. It doesn't change. All it changes is the abilities. So I think that's fine. Look, I didn't have this huge issue over Tapestry either. You know, sometimes you find this stuff out.
Well, no, I would argue that the imbalances in Tapestry is a much bigger deal than this game. When you have player versus player.
Krampus would disagree with you.
I do think
Wait,
it's
are you
interesting.
aligning with Krampus? Is that what you're
I'm
doing?
aligning with Krampus.
I do think it's interesting that in a game that is at least 50% Yahtzee,
It's totally.
that they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
balance issues, folks.
Oh my goodness! This
Also-
is. We must reach out to the public and fix these 3 characters.
Right. Also, roll 5 of a kind.
Z, would you like the whole sleigh for Christmas?
Yes,
no,
baby.
that's
Oh my
$600.
gosh.
Okay. No, I do
That
have
being
I do have the Marvel stuff, which is a nice self-contained
Yes.
package. And this is neat. I like that it's a self-contained
Right.
thing with just 2 characters. It makes sense together. They look neat. Yeah, I'm liking this.
And that being said, I feel like the publisher, Roxley, you can't fault them for their production quality to price point. I think it's a
Yeah.
very fair. Everything you get is very high quality.
Did they just run another Kickstarter, what we talked about recently? Roxley?
Yeah, they were
There was
doing
something else.
the remake of Metropolis.
Right.
Yes, that was last
yeah,
What
yeah.
is
week.
that
Yeah.
called? Sky.
I didn't know you were allowed to run
Faces?
Kickstarters back to back like this.
I think you can.
I don't know what
Huh.
it's called.
Oh, sorry.
Krampus.
Kickstarter.
You're getting coal in your stocking, buddy.
Kickstarter and Krampus are working together.
What are you doing? Shut your mouth!
I will say, though, that it's very clear from looking at this that they are not even allowed to hint that this works with Marvel.
Yeah, you can't say
That's
that.
not
but
mentioned anywhere on
Yeah.
here.
Right.
It's in the comments, I
Yeah.
think.
let me put it this
Where
way:
did I
you
see
can
it? I saw
do
it somewhere where they said, "Oh, somebody was asking, can I get the rest of it or something here?" And they said, "Yes, you can get this, you can get this, you can get that." Because of licensing reasons, we're not allowed to sell you the Marvel one. Though.
Right, right.
Sure.
But they do mention that it's compatible with all other ones. I mean,
Is that a hammer or an axe? That is a
that's an
hammer,
axe.
isn't
Oh, that's an axe.
it? It is an axe, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I said hammer earlier.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
it's an axe.
Okay.
I'm on Team Santa Claus, by the way.
Now Krampus all the way, baby.
Krampus.
You're about to get.
Wait, is it 3 on Krampus here?
Oh, it's 3 on 1.
I don't know that axe.
I'd be happy to play
is
Santa too.
temptuous.
I,
You're-
actually,
you're-
I'm,
but I like Krampus.
I'm
yeah.
excited for both.
All right. I feel like we just fell off a cliff here. Okay.
Oh.
Tectonia.
Yes.
Battle on a living world as opposed to all those dead worlds.
Yeah. I will say this is an awesome looking board. They are saying this is a war game,
Yes.
which is, not what I expect to see from a war game.
Right.
So I'm thinking, okay, sure. And then this board made up of a bunch of pre-cut pieces that show up and start to sort of, I don't know if it's they're rising from the water or what. It's a cool looking.
I wish they would have asked for my likeness. They did not get my
Yeah,
permission.
it's not okay to do that, but I guess just.
Right. That is kind of almost public domain at
It
this
is
point.
right at that point, yeah. I do like the look. Now, I don't think I like this game
I
necessarily,
don't
but
love
I like the
but
look.
For a war game,
say-
I agree with you, but for a
Right.
game, it's just kind of like, to me.
That was what stood out to me. I was like,
I guess
for a
that's what
war
I mean,
game,
yeah.
it looks
Yeah.
like you don't look at this and think, oh, war game. All right, this is for somebody out there, but not me. This like, oh,
Yeah.
It looks
a war
old
game,
school.
interesting.
I guess it
does.
looks old school, but that
Yeah.
map,
That is interesting.
that's really neat.
That is
That's
cool.
not the usual thing I expect to see when
No.
you tell me this is a war game.
Yeah, yeah.
Tom, what do you think? You loving it?
Those pieces better come in and out easily. They
Yeah.
better not be cut poorly.
I do worry about them shifting. That's the other thing, right? Like if you bump the thing.
Well, that's the name of the game, right? It's a
Or be able to get it out
Tectonic
without having to
shift.
move everything out, remove it, then push it back together.
Terrible. Krampus is gonna get you.
I'm 60% interested in this.
Ooh, are we doing numbers now? I like this. Okay.
12%.
1.5 thumbs up.
1.5 6-packs up.
And then, of course, they have things like the Yeti, because,
I do
why
like
not?
the screen printed
you have to,
wooden
right?
meeples, though. I
It
always
looks
love that.
interesting. Well, be careful. Stella will get you.
That's right. And she's got an axe, too.
She does.
She's
She's Team Santa Claus. I
She's
knew it.
cosplaying Santa there.
I knew it. All right. The next theme was a theme that, for me, came out of nowhere. And that is drop bears.
Drop bears. Okay.
I didn't realize there were bears that came out of the Aussie woods at night.
Right.
Had you not heard that this kind of mythology of the drop bears
Okay,
before?
I was going to ask if
No.
this is based
Yeah,
on
this is
something, 'cause
definitely a thing.
Did you hear this on that podcast?
I
Is
heard
this on
this
the...
years ago, this idea
Oh.
of drop bears. It's been around for a while, this idea of these monsters, these bears that come out of trees in the Aussie outback. I think it's hilarious.
That's horrifying. Can you imagine the
course.
stories they tell?
Yeah. No,
Now,
I
here's the
love
only
it.
thing,
No.
and I actually think the theme is fantastic. I love the idea that it's an Australian company that is leaning into Australian folklore and silliness and all that type of stuff. My concern is strictly with the only other game that I've played from this publisher, which was the Ratcatcher, which is another game with a fantastic theme, some great componentry, and one of the worst rule books I've ever encountered in my life. Almost unplayably bad. I really, really hope that they address the rule book here. I felt like there might have been a game in Ratcatcher, but it was too much work to get to it.
So
Right.
even after you got past
Even
the rule
after
book
I
and
got
learned
past the
it,
FAQs and the
Wow.
errata and all this, I was like, this is still too much work. And it was also a better idea than it was a game. Maybe lessons were learned. This is a
Yeah.
totally new game. I wouldn't say I won't play it because of that, but I will tell you I'm a little hesitant.
Yeah.
I do like the look of this.
I mean, if it's
though.
their second game, maybe they learned
Yeah,
something.
maybe they've
if
learned.
this one's bad, then
And it was
it's
a
like that
small
third
team.
one.
It may have been one guy. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I do like the look of it, and I think it's a great theme again.
It kind of gave me Subterra vibe as I was
I want
going through
old
and
Bruce.
reading
This
the
one.
rules
Bruce.
and things.
That
yeah.
guy is not surviving that encounter.
Yeah.
The miniatures are really neat with their
Yeah.
different bases and their different poses.
And I'll never look at koalas the same.
I would love to paint
Go
those.
bite your face.
That person just be like, here they come. You're dead.
Right. They do have a rule book up there already, so that's a good sign. I
Oh,
didn't
that
look
is.
at it.
Why didn't you look at it, Mike?
Nah. God, I do like the look of it, though.
It's it's a funky theme. It's a
Yeah.
cool looking game. I don't love the tiles as much. I think when they show you all the minis and everything else and the theme are great.
Oh.
The couple of times where they showed the board, I thought,
It may be New Zealand, and I apologize. I'm seeing some people in the. I guess I assumed it was Australia, but I could be wrong there. Maybe it's New Zealand.
No, I think it talks about it being in the Australian
I thought
outback.
so. I thought so.
don't
Well,
know,
then why
maybe
would it
they're-
say the home of the Aussie? I don't think Aussie is short for New Zealand.
No, it's Australian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says Australia.
.au.
Melbourne. Okay, Melbourne.
Yeah.
All right.
AU, New Zealand.
No, I was the same. I couldn't tell the difference between the tiles. I was like, is it just those little symbols that you have to read? So I do have some concerns like what's the purpose of the different hexes in the
Yeah.
board,
Yeah.
So that was one thing that stood out to me as well. But again, trying to gather the equipment and the survival, it had that Subterra vibe, which I'm a
I'm never
big
going to
fan
the
of.
Australian bush.
They've also
Sorry.
got huge
What are you worried about?
bugs and
Oh, the bugs,
birds
for
that can
one.
pick you up and carry you away.
There's also
Ah,
giant spiders there, you know that.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of scary things,
Yeah!
Did we not
Okay.
cover this?
Yes, on GameFound in May.
I knew we had covered
Successfully
this.
funded on GameFound in May, and now this is a second campaign on Kickstarter.
Interesting, because I knew we had
Yes.
covered this.
I had
Didn't
to
it
do
make
some
one of your
digging.
pick of the weeks?
Yeah, maybe. It looks great. I'm a little concerned that it has not delivered because it just
Yeah.
happened in May. I assume it didn't deliver.
I assume as well. Well, their most recent update is letting them know, like, oh, go to our Kickstarter page now and see what more you can get.
I knew we had
I'm a
looked
little
at
worried
this.
about that practice, I have to
Yeah.
say.
Right.
This idea of double dipping across multiple
Platforms.
crowdfunding platforms before you deliver on either.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. That raises red flags for me personally. Like, did they run it in May? Are they now at the point where they realize we need more money?
yeah.
Because we don't have enough
finish this
to
up.
produce, to ship, to whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I know what we'll do. We'll run it again on a different platform. Make money there so we can finish.
Right.
Maybe? Is that okay? Not? I'm also completely assuming that.
Sure.
But even if that is not the case, and they are doing perfectly fine, I still don't like the idea of this double dipping.
It's a
Right.
very, you're asking a lot of your backers at that point, I think.
Yeah, and you're just breeding mistrust a little bit, I think.
It's
For
also-
me, anyway, I'm like,
Why can't I remember this game
we
at
just
all?
did
We
this.
definitely covered it.
Oh yeah, we did, because we talked about like really being excited about the artwork and what it's selling, but then it had a how to play
Right.
that told you nothing about how to play at all, and so we were concerned about the gameplay being developed. I remember.
Yeah.
But I think it's odd too, because what about all those stretch goals from GameFound? Does Kickstarter?
Were they different? I wonder.
So I believe, from what I understand, if you do the Kickstarter, no, I'm sorry, if you did the GameFound, then you're getting the Kickstarter stretch goals as well. But what about the Kickstarter? Do you get the GameFound? Because I never found GameFound mentioned in here anywhere. So it's,
Interessante.
I just know on the GameFound they said, "Oh, check out the Kickstarter for the new free content that you'll get," or something. So I didn't understand how that was going to work. It just gets icky. It feels icky.
That's weird. There's not even any comments on here.
I don't know. I don't know.
it's their
But the
last
game,
update is
again,
about
the
it,
game still looks good.
Yeah.
I like the theme. I like the dark artwork, the exaggerated sort of cartoony nature, but the style is still grim.
Right.
It works for me. I like the setting. I like the look. I don't know if it's gonna work out. I'm a little concerned, like I said, but taking it at face value, it's a cool looking game.
Right.
Well, back to GameFound now. We have FlickFleet Xeno Wars.
It's an
Did we not
expansion,
see
right?
this somewhere? Where have we seen this?
We saw FlickFleet. I think this is an
It's
expansion
an expansion.
to it.
Oh, the FlickFleet expansion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done.
I know a lot of people like this game, though. I've heard good things about it.
Did you like it when you played it?
I don't remember it.
There you go.
You played it. You definitely played it,
Did you play it?
right? Did you play it? You played
I
it?
feel like this is a trap.
It's a trap. I'm not talking about it, Tom. What do you
I was going
got?
to say, no, I haven't played it, then slide down and see a quote from
Oh,
myself.
that'd be great.
I don't want to be tricked.
Right.
No, I don't.
I think I
I
played
saw
this-
anything like that.
Way, way back when it was a prototype, I think. But I don't remember.
Yeah.
This does not look interesting to me. I don't like anything about it.
I wish it looked nicer. That's all.
Yeah.
That would help a lot. Yeah.
It would. Yeah, this isn't doing a lot for me.
Yeah, I mean, if you like dexterity on space and you like the way this is coming together, sure, check it out. It looks a little. Everything just looks a little too prototypey, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe,
And it might not look anything like that when it's done, and I, will be blown away. As it is right now, I'm not really loving the look.
No.
And the game also just isn't captivating me.
All right. What about this one, which is making 864,000 Company of Heroes board game second edition? And I was sitting there going, when did we play the first edition?
I don't think it's anything we ever got. Apparently, it's pretty well, thought of by people that have played it. This does not
When
look
did
like.
we miss this? I don't remember
know.
this at all.
Well, it's based off of a well-known video game, so
Right.
that's of course going to get people involved and interested in it. But it looks like a straight-up minis game with terrain and hexes.
Well, once it
and-
has the hexes in it,
Yeah.
it's less of a minis game for me.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Well, minis games have miniatures, Tom.
yeah.
That's what makes
No.
it a minis game.
Not,
It doesn't have like
no.
templates and stuff
No,
like
I
that.
think that's
but
it.
No.
That's really
Talk
the only.
about it.
But that's really the only difference,
Let's
right?
discuss
is that hexes are just a different form of the template, stuff, right? Isn't it?
It makes a big difference,
Yeah.
though.
How so? I'm kidding, Tom.
He is being super
I'm
contrarian
just
today.
poking the drop bear.
That's right.
The koala's released.
I mean, the components look
This
great.
looks really good.
It does look good, yeah. It's just not my jam, but
Right.
Yeah.
man, they are bringing everything in the kitchen
They sure
sink
are.
to the table.
There's a huge toy factor in this too. I mean, these are
Yeah.
like army men and
Right.
trucks and tanks,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt they're definitely feeding into that, feeling of playing around with,
Right, but if you love the setting and you
Right.
like the video games, you're not, intimidated by a complexity, which I assume is there, then yeah, absolutely. This looks awesome.
yeah.
Really does. All right.
Tom's in 100%.
Are you going to back it?
I don't know. All right. Funny Friends. Now, this page is in German, but the reason I put this one on here is because I was surprised to see it when I was going through. This is a reprint of a Friedemann Friese game, which had a small printing in English called Funny Friends from Rio Grande, and it was one of the few games I saw that had like a mature rating.
It did.
Oh.
Because in this game, you need to live your life according to whatever your goal is, which could be become a drug addict and die in an alley. It could be anything, right? It was all kinds of...
It was kind of like the game of life is how they pitched it for adults.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you would have like, well, with an adult theme, I guess I should say.
That's better.
Yes.
Right.
And you would have, yes, you know, there were adult topics throughout the entire thing. I used to own the English printing of this, and it was an
Of
okay.
course.
I liked the theme. I liked enough. I thought the game actually has too many rules for how humorous it attempted to be.
Right.
You know, whether you found it humorous or not, whether you thought it was, you know, in poor taste or not. But it's actually like a pretty complex bidding game. It just complex is maybe the wrong word. Obtuse. It was something of an obtuse bidding game, with a lot of tokens to keep track of, but it had some neat ideas with different aspects of your personality, let's call it, being affected by other ones.
Yeah.
Like you'd, you know, you'd go to the gym and it would increase, like you'd have these trackers, so it would be like your health would go up and your free time would go down or whatever. I forget what all the things were.
Things that were kind of like,
Yeah, and so you'd have to, like, you know, some things would affect one thing positively and the other one down, and you'd have to try to complete cards. And how you did that was what it was all about. It was fine, but this
I wonder
it's
if
in
this
German.
is like
It's a German-only printing, so
I think it might be a fundraiser of sorts.
It looks for that channel, maybe the
Hunter
Hunter
and
and Kron.
Yeah.
Because they're on the cover here. There's special characters for them.
right.
And so I wonder, Hunter and Kron, if you've not seen them, and thank you, Todd. If you've not seen them, they're like the Dice Tower of France.
Yeah.
Right.
Germany.
Oh, Germany.
Germany. Sorry,
Yeah.
Germany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're a
Interesting.
well-known channel, German channel.
Yeah, they're good
They've done
guys.
some English stuff, too.
Yeah.
All right, Colossus by Alone Editions, which I think is a great name for a company that makes solo games.
It is, and it's a solo-only game that's making $52,000. I don't really love the look of this, to be honest with you.
Okay, so that's not just me.
It's a solo game, Mike. You're supposed to like all solo
That
games.
is incorrect.
Well, I like that monster. I like that picture there.
Sure.
I love that picture, but I don't think that comes through in the game.
No, it looks like almost
at
an
all.
abstract card placement game to
Right.
be.
Drop the box.
Yes.
Drop it again. One more time.
And there we
I
go.
don't know why I like that so much.
Yeah, no, this one doesn't really do a lot for me. It just doesn't,
I agree that I saw the cover and the name, the wall, and then as soon the first thing they lead with is this card can be, you can cover up one card with another one and cover up that sim. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, got it.
Right.
Oh.
That's a weird logo. Like it's alone. What is the pyramid?
I don't know if it has anything to do with it other than it's a nice aesthetic, I suppose.
Yes, aesthetically, I really like the
It's a
logo. I just
great
don't understand
logo.
it.
I
Yeah.
don't know
Sure,
what
but
it
it doesn't
means.
match the word alone.
Yeah, it doesn't evoke the idea of being alone. It evokes a cool-looking pyramid.
I don't know what it is. I guess it kind of looks like an A.
Yeah, that's true. It has
That's
a little bit
it.
of
That's
the
as
A.
good as it gets.
okay.
I don't get it
Looks
at
like an
all.
A and an E. Maybe that's what it is. Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
Mystery dice.
Here we go. This is all you, Tom. What do you got?
Well,
So-
no, because I've canceled every mystery box thing that we were getting, with the exception of the snacks.
Here's
And that's
what
all
bugs
you
me
You're
mentioned.
still getting snacks? I haven't seen a snack box since the olden days.
Here's what bugs me about this,
Oh,
though,
man,
is
so
that
you're holding out.
I understand the whole idea of mystery, and the whole idea is you don't know exactly what you're getting, but this is not the first time they've done it, and I don't think they show any examples from their last ones.
I never saw
Give me some examples, at least so I have some
Something.
idea of what kind of quality I'm going to get.
Well, okay.
I agree.
John
I
Rott
don't
makes
get it.
really good dice.
Does he?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
remember he
Oh,
made
he's the
those
one
dice.
that
The dice.
did-
Remember the two color dice tower dice.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's good to know.
Yeah, his dice are. I would say they're on par with Chessex.
Okay.
But if that's the case, then
Then
show
show
us some of
some.
those,
Yeah,
because not
yeah.
having had that background, I was instantly out of this. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't. I'm so picky to begin with the dice that Is it gonna be
What can you
legible,
keep after
usable?
giving to
I want to know
someone?
that.
And
Yeah.
then break without touching it. Can you give someone your time?
Your heart.
Your heart, yes.
What is it? What can you keep after giving to someone and then break without touching it?
I don't get the heart
so-
thing. How would you keep your heart after giving it to someone?
Oh, look, I mean, it's still
Well,
in my chest. I don't physically,
physically
reach into my
right, yeah.
chest cavity and give you a beating organ.
Please do not. Oh wait, it says please do not put the answer, hints, or tips into public comments or on social media.
Oops.
Oh well, I guess we got to shut down now. Sorry.
Retracted.
Hopefully that's a wrong answer.
The answer is Kit Kat.
I was gonna say something. Your answer's better. We'll go on there. All right. Temple of Horrors.
Yes.
This is. This kind of went nowhere for me. It was just looked like a bunch of walls and a bunch of cards.
But this is not a small little company. It's GeoChicks.it, and this is not doing well at all.
I know
big
it's
Italian
not
company.
whatsoever, but I think it's because they're not really telling you a whole lot.
What is
I don't know
it?
what I'm
That's
looking
true.
at.
Right.
Yep.
This is
I wasn't getting this one. I honestly felt a little flabbergasted.
Looks like Tiny
by
Epic
this.
Dungeon, frankly.
I just can't tell what it is.
Epic Dungeon. I don't know what's happening.
I kept waiting to get grabbed on this one, and I was like, but where is it? What is it? Like,
Needs
there's
more
just nothing.
Krampus.
I mean, yeah.
Definitely, man.
There's just not a whole lot here. It's just
Right.
it's just minis and terrain. You know, what is it? Is it a game system? Is it
I think that walls thing is actually a bad idea. I like walls. I think they're cool, but in a board game, you're going to knock them over all the
They
time.
really look, it looks
Absolutely.
cramped too.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah.
not. That does not look like a spacious dungeon. Look at
No.
that.
Nah.
Right.
Oh, well.
I'm not feeling
might
this
not
at
fun.
all. I am 3% interested.
All right, let me give you something you are interested in.
I am.
Have you heard of this?
87% interested
Let's see
in this.
all of the
If
Z
only,
Garcia on this page.
Let me
This-
take a look here.
Oh!
Oh, this game is so good.
Do you love
I
it?
love it.
Yeah, look at that. He's definitely not saying that in that right there. Right there, he's saying,
What's he saying?
He's saying,
Look.
Well, you know, it's okay. That's what I'm feeling.
break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Okay, so the Grand Carnival, a carnival building game that Z.
It was in your
Look
top
at
10 of the year, was it
2020
not?
Game of the Year was his number
My
one.
Game of the year.
Look
Game
at
of the
that.
year.
If I may
Wow.
offer a counterpoint, didn't even make my top 100. I did not like this game.
I did not play it.
Oh.
Yeah, I was one of the few people who really liked this one. And there's a few other folks on this page, of course, that, made it to their favorite games of the year or just say nice things about it. This is, a reprint of the game, which I went through it all and sort of, saw the expansion part first, which is modular. They include a few things. Honestly, seems okay.
Not
Doesn't
according
seem
to
like the
Rado.
sort. Doesn't seem like the
He
sort
thinks
of.
it's phenomenal.
It's a phenomenal expansion, according to him. It seems interesting, modular, a few little things.
Peanuts, I'm in.
It's a very thinky game.
And then when you get to the bottom and they're like, oh, this is what we changed in the second edition, I feel like a sucker.
You blew it.
It's a much nicer looking second edition.
You got
Look at this. Look. Stay right
oh,
there.
wait,
Go back
old?
up.
Gross. Yeah.
New artwork.
Ew.
Much better artwork.
Ugh.
Look at that.
It is
Improved
cleaner.
meeples.
What? That's terrible. What?
Wait, did he lose the hat?
Oh,
They
What
changed
is that
the hat.
garbage? He
They-
lost the
His nose.
fedora.
it's a different hat.
His
It's
nose,
a different
like,
hat.
Yeah, because look, the
Tom.
hat was the same as his nose.
Okay,
he looks
why?
like
Okay,
he's,
Is that 'cause they
I'm sorry.
broke?
That purple meeple change is straight up.
Yeah, but look at the bottom one. It's barely changed. Look
That's
at
what I'm
this guy.
saying. They're barely
What?
changing
What?
these.
He got a bigger.
His little
What's the
horn got
difference?
shorter.
yeah, they shrunk the horn.
Yeah.
Come
Oh, and they
on
brought in
now.
the pants like his legs so the legs wouldn't break. Look at that. He's got wider pants. I do like the new artwork. I think the new artwork is
The
very
new
nice.
artwork is
Do you think
fine.
it's good? Because it's a lot, though. Do you think it's going to be overwhelming when you play? Like, do you have
What,
to...
with the look?
Yeah.
No,
Because it's much
You kind of
poppier.
forget it.
Okay.
Once you put it on the board, you don't have to
Okay.
really worry about it.
Yeah.
No, this is a great game. Personally, I think it's a great game. I like the idea of the expansion. It does seem like one of those expansions that's like, here's a few small ideas.
Yeah.
Those can be great, and they're very easy to play.
To be fair,
You
could it
sprinkle in a little something
Right.
and you're done.
could it be more that they wanted to get another reprint? They wanted to get a reprint out there, and let's I've got a few ideas here.
Yeah.
Let's get a few little modular expansions.
Yeah,
in.
I'm feeling like that could be it.
Can you
Yeah.
get just the upgrade kit? Or do you have to get the expansion?
Yeah, it looks like they. Well, not the new artwork. I thought I saw something about an upgrade kit, but that would be all the tiles. If they have to give you new artwork, so.
Oh, that's true.
That kind of looks like you, Tom. You know
I
that.
wonder.
Well, I wanted to say, actually, this Ryan Goldsberry, we need to give him some credit.
His art
'cause
is fantastic.
They like list all his art
He
here.
works with Bowers, the like Burgle Bros.
Tim
and
Fowers.
not Bowers, Fowers.
Yeah, and I like his stuff a
I do
lot. He
too.
does that old-timey, wimey art, but it's good.
Very good. That's
Yeah,
To
this
me,
game
that's
looks good.
That's
There's
a
no
part of this
question on
game.
This
that.
is a
Most exciting
very,
to
it's a
look.
very good game, and this is nice that they get to reprint and give you a little something extra.
Yeah.
You haven't played this, huh, Mike?
I have not played
Have
it.
you played this?
No, I got it when that last group of games came through here. I picked it up. I read the rule book and played around with it, but not the full game yet.
It's Missing Link game.
Huh?
Missing Link? Anyway, we'll talk later.
Okay.
Dragon Eye Rolling Dice.
Yeah, Dragon Eyes.
I hate
Z hates
this.
these so much.
No,
Oh, you hate
what do
them
you
too?
mean?
Oh, I despise these.
Why?
This made me angry by the end. I was like physically twitching. Ugh, I
I
hate
think
it.
these are great.
Okay, you're lying through your teeth. I do like these purple ones. I think they look cool. And I have some eyeball dice. I gave them to my kids.
Because they were
Because
terrible.
no one else here wanted them. I like the
'Cause
blue
you are
ones and I like the
Krampus.
purple ones.
Yeah, but I just like the colors. You don't even barely see the
Right.
dragons. The eyes.
Especially if it's inked. Also, who buys
Right.
these not inked? Is that a
Right.
thing? Is that actually a thing?
I don't understand it. It's kind of like, hey, it's like giving you a car. No tires.
Right.
You know, like,
No.
all right.
Yeah.
That way you can pick your own tires
yeah,
out.
you might have a special kind of tire you like. So
I mean, maybe
don't
there's
use
just-
Get it. You
They're-
can ink them yourself, right? With whatever you want. That's
It's a
the
paint
idea.
ink dice. It's
Yeah.
a huge paint. If you use
Get a
really
Sharpie.
fine paint pen, that's how you do it.
And then wipe it quickly on the outside
Yes,
of it or
you got
something.
to do it.
Ah.
I once bought a pile of dice and did it, and I got really annoyed.
I mean, maybe you get them not inked just for display. Like I can see
Then
it
they're
having
not
like.
Then they're not
dice
dice,
anymore.
yeah.
No, I agree. I think it's stupid. I'm not sticking up for this. I'm just saying there might be someone that thinks like that.
Maybe.
I'm not saying they're stupid. But
What
that
is
idea.
that? Just the paints?
So you want your custom die number color. You can pick which one.
Okay. Well,
23.
Well,
Ooh, what a
All right.
fulfillment nightmare.
Batman, the Arkham Asylum file. So this one kind of surprised me that this exists.
Me
It
too.
also proves that the DC license is almost as easy to get as the Marvel license.
Yeah. This is pricey because it's all tech, right? Is it a board game? I mean, I don't really care about all that thing, but this to me is very much. This goes more into VR
Right.
than it does into board games.
this
for
is,
me.
this is
Or more
closer to
like
being...
a escape roomy type.
Yeah, this is
Let's
closer
say
to a
augmented
Kit Kat
reality.
than a board
But this
game.
goes back to a lot of things we've said. Is I would want to try this first. I
Sure.
feel like outside of Chronicles of Crime, with the QR code, even that it's based on QR code, which
Yeah.
is pretty easy to do. There's just more the background work that was the gamble. But here it's like we haven't seen this system, and so it's once again this technology. One, is it a board game, and two, is this technology going to be able to be support the game and what it's trying to do, as well as in the future is it going to be supported, like through the bugs, through the issues,
Sure.
through the.
Yeah,
I just
that
have
is
a
a thing,
lot
yeah.
of concerns.
Is it
with-
replayable too for the cost? It's a
Right.
it's a fair amount
This
of
is
money.
interesting, though. It's going up against Everybody Lies.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing, right? You're solving a mystery. Also, you get a
guess.
random mask. Would you like Batman or Joker?
Option C.
There. I'd like that.
150 for a base pledge is
It's not cheap.
pricey.
It's not cheap.
I like that it's something different. It does
Sure.
not seem to be taking the easy way out. Does
No.
all this stuff work very well? I don't know. It might be buggy as all get out when it finally
Yeah.
shows up. But they are saying you get a box of stuff, physical stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
using, augmented reality, you will see it do whatever
Come
it
to
does.
life or whatever. Yeah.
I would like to get this
Yeah.
all Joker deck. That's kind of a cool.
You could probably back for $1 and just get the deck, maybe, and get those
wonder.
masks.
Is it
right?
uncut though, or is it?
No, you can buy the deck. It's up here. Or, it was mentioned it earlier. The all Joker. This green with Envy.
Is
and
it
they're-
playable,
Well,
or
I
is
don't
it
think so.
just
It's all-
literally just Jokers?
It's all Jokers. You can see them here. I just thought that's like a unique item to own. Because look at those Jokers. They all look different. They look like they're from different decks. That's kind of cool, I
That is
think.
cool. That's a cool collector's item. And if I was going to be some sort of serial murderer, I would want one.
Why are you so serious?
Alrighty. Last thing in our board games today. let's jump over to Hasbro Pulse.
Okay, this is
I
a
forgot the-
surprise.
Oh,
Okay, I didn't see this one.
Sorry,
You snuck this in
I
there,
just found
Tom.
this today.
Okay.
Okay,
okay.
well, that's not okay, Tom. Let's talk about it.
I need
though.
more time to research.
So this is Hasbro Pulse, which honestly I don't even know if this counts because it just says pre-order. It doesn't even.
Yeah, that is all.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So this is
I'm
an
gonna go with
expansion
that
to. You have HeroQuest now, finally.
I
right?
think, and maybe Roy would know more than me. I think this is a new expansion. All the other ones they did, the Witch of Keller's Keep and all that garbage. I don't think there was any frozen stuff in the original one.
Roy,
I don't know.
he says he doesn't know, Tom.
I heard him, Ziegler.
Does it
He
not
doesn't
say?
know,
It seems that they
folks.
would want to say
But you can go down
Roy
here.
specifically.
seems lost.
And
and
I also think this is
confused.
amazing. You can buy the Avalon Hill HeroQuest game system for $135 when it's clearly sold in stores everywhere for way cheaper than
You can
that.
get it at GameStop.
Yeah, but you can get it directly from the website and wait a little longer to get it.
I know. It's at GameStop for like $80 or something.
Right.
And then, so this Keller's Keep, Return of the Witch Lord, these are other expansions. These have already existed. But I'll tell you what, Hasbro has this down where they put so little effort into these pages. They're like, here's a few pictures.
Right.
Got it? Buy
Good.
it.
Boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
I,
You want it.
I despise you, Hasbro, for this nonsense. And I despise the fact that people just support. I bought it. But still,
Of course.
Yeah, they got you. They
got
got
you,
you. Did you
man.
pay the $134.99?
I did not.
Because you can do that, you know. And you don't have to leave the house.
I definitely went to the bottom. I was like, oh, what other things? Because I'll tell you what, be careful, folks. If you sign up for Hasbro Pulse and back something, they will email you every day the rest of your life. It's really annoying.
Oh.
Unsubscribe.
And specifically the rest of your life because they know the day you die.
That's correct.
It's Hasbro.
Oh, someone says this was an expansion in the original game. All right. Well, it was a
okay.
very rare one then.
All right.
Okay, that would make sense because why would they make new content?
Nah.
Not gonna
All right, here we go. Before we give you our picks of the week, let's go through like 9 projects that aren't game. You can always send me
Yeah.
cool things at tom@dicetower.com or weird things or funny things. They all don't make the show. In fact, I got probably 20. But these are the ones
Wow.
we narrowed it down to.
There's quite a few
What do
of
we
them
got?
this week.
First, we have Things Could Be Worse Teacups. I have a very soft spot for this guy.
This is great. We already covered their stuff before. This
Like
is
a
great.
few of their things before.
Yeah. I love this.
Is he the one that did the thermos?
He did the Troll Bowl.
Yeah.
Look, he's made 60 things.
What's he made? Oh, wow.
He has made, last one we
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
at was the Exorcising Demons Insulated
Yeah,
Bottles.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like
Oh
his.
my gosh, bed
Yeah,
sheets.
no, it's good stuff.
Yes.
It's like
good.
hidden nerd stuff.
It is.
Like you could be at someone's
Yeah.
house and get this cup, and halfway through you're like, wait a minute.
What the heck is going on
I
here?
love that it looks so classic.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
gorgeous, classy looking,
Right.
teacup
And it's
set.
like really porcellin too. It's like not crap. You know.
You could have it
it's-
there next to your
But there's
china,
a
you know.
Right.
alien blowing up a house.
great.
And
the
Bigfoot.
Yeti, there's a
Yeah.
dodo. I really like the dodo, the extinct
Yeah,
dodo.
that's great.
The whole thing is just neat looking.
Yeah, and it just looks like a quality product on top of everything else too.
Yeah, it's very cool stuff. This is such a neat niche that this
It
person
is.
has
Right.
filled. This is what they do. Put it on different things, whatever, and come up with cute names for it.
Right.
I love it. The specificity of what they do, I think, is like to be applauded. I really do.
Very clever.
All right, then we have
Pick of the week for me right there. Here we go. This is
Myconos,
definitely.
a levitating firestone.
Yes.
So Mike, explain this to us.
So apparently the way this works, because I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. Is to get that fire effect.
Yes.
There's a little nozzle that is continuously blowing fuel at that rock
Yeah.
to make it light. It's not like it lights it and then it sits there for an hour. No, it's a continuous fuel.
You can actually see it in the video. If you
Yeah.
find it in the video, maybe halfway through, maybe a little
Right.
later. Go
Right.
through
Look,
it.
you can
go
see
through
it
that
just
way-
barely.
Yeah, go through
Is that, 'cause I
it.
thought at once that was like a stick that it's sitting on.
No,
It's
no.
not. That's the fuel.
That's the fuel. See it?
They,
Right
they
there,
do
yeah.
a close
Fuel
up.
is-
At one
Oh
point,
my
they do a
gosh.
close up. Maybe it's right. There we go. Here we go. So a spark,
Oh.
and
Look
then
at
that.
Just a continuous
Definitely
line of
not
fuel.
a fire hazard.
No.
Are you insane?
Yeah.
This is being levitated
Right.
by a magnet. Do you know what happens is that thing falls out of the way because the magnets misalign. Well, first thing that happens is it goes and it sticks to the side. The stream continues.
With the
Yep.
Are you crazy?
fire
You're gonna
still
Set your bed on fire.
That's right.
Wait, why would it be on your bed?
Oh, well,
Where else are you going to have
look,
a
it's
glowing
right by the
rod?
bathtub here. This lady's dead.
I'm putting this right in front of the old newspaper and kindling. I think that would be a good framing.
This is such a weird
No one has
idea,
newspapers
too. Like,
anymore.
who?
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah,
This reminds me of those
there's a
old...
small child. Hey, look. Hey, Bobby. What's that button do?
Those old...
Directly at eye level.
Back in the day, the priests had those fake altars that they make where they'd be like, oh, on fire, because there's like a guy shooting stuff
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it. That's what this is.
This guy's got it on his piano. Elton John just erupts in flames.
All
Hold
right.
me close. Ah!
Okay.
This is fantastic. I love
The
this.
jellyfish, the world's cutest pushpin.
I legitimately love this.
You
this
do.
is so cute.
Okay. Well,
I also like
it'd
these.
be better if they caught on fire.
Well,
But
that's
okay.
true. I think this is a really cute.
It's just a pushpin
right.
that looks
But
like a
it's little
jellyfish.
legs.
It's so
They go
cute.
out. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is something like I want to play with.
How much
you
are
know?
these?
I don't know.
9 for 8.
That's not bad.
That's bad. Okay,
That's
it's
like
a
a
push
dollar
pin.
pushpin.
You're gonna
Yeah, but-
lose that push pin. You know you are. I
Not
mean,
if you
they're
stick it into your flesh, then it's going to
well,
stay there for a while.
again,
Okay.
if it's set on
What does
fire,
that
it's
even?
better.
Where'd that come from,
I
Mike?
don't know, with all this
What are you,
injury
pinhead?
talk. I don't know.
All
Can
right.
you make this float above some sort of stone?
I like the fact that you can use the pin, or you can also, if it's light, you can use the tentacles to
I'll
hold
tell you
like
this.
paper.
I don't
That's
think
cute.
you would lose these that fast.
I didn't
Push.
see
I've
that.
seen those bulletin boards at schools where there's
Yeah.
like 6 push pins left
That's
for like
true.
a year.
They'd be there forever.
And people keep using the same one.
If they
They
are
do.
cute, though, people will take them.
That's
You can't
true.
put these somewhere public.
That
No,
is
that's true. All right. All right, Mike.
Oh,
Do you
All
want
right.
the KT box? This is 31,134 people. The redefined self-cleaning litter box where you spend more money on a cat than I think anyone should.
So this is 134 people that don't actually own a cat. Because I looked at the video for this. I called my wife over to watch the video. I called my cats over to watch the video. They're not feeling it. This cat that they get is terrified to get into this box. I don't know how they coaxed it in there, but once the cat gets into the box during this video, it spends about 45 minutes scraping at the walls. That is not a happy cat. They-
Look how happy she is because
Yeah,
her cat's
yeah.
quiet.
right.
No, she's smelling the cat.
Right.
She's like, oh, this
Oh!
is the worst thing in the world.
Also,
Has this ever happened to you?
Right.
I got it.
yeah, yeah.
No, get yourself a microwave for your cat. Oh, do you ever want to launder your feline?
Right.
Check this out.
Right. They've definitely covered that thing in catnip. That's the only way you're getting a cat to go inside of that. 'cause
Are you
he-
sure though? I see cats go inside things like that before.
And it's right back out.
I'll tell you
like
what
once,
they
yeah, he
won't
didn't
do.
do anything in there.
I'll tell you, guarantee you what's going to happen is the cat is going to stick its head in
And then-
poop out the back.
Right.
I guarantee
That's
you
what's gonna
100%.
happen.
Cats love to do that.
Yeah.
Cats love to do that. He'll crawl in and poop out just outside the door.
Yep.
All right.
Just to spite you.
So-
This looks like a washing machine
Right.
built
How
only
much
to
is it?
wash a cat.
It's too much.
200. Whew.
Yeah, there's not a
Oh.
chance. Not a
And that's
chance.
half off.
Right, yeah, well.
Oh,
So is your cat
So
going
is
to be
your
when the
cat once
sensor
it tries to
fails
walk into that
on the
machine.
door?
All right. Mike, you are magic.
Well, I'd argue if I could.
Okay, so these guys went to Universal Studios
Yeah.
and saw the Harry Potter land where
Yes.
you can buy a wand and go around and touch stuff and things happen.
Right.
And they were like, what if you could do this at home?
This is just
What
like
if
the
instead
clapper.
of being able to flip a switch, you'd have to find something
Right.
that you're going to
Okay,
misplace?
this is for
Right.
kids.
100%.
Well, you know
Definitely for
what?
kids.
This is an
100%.
extra step. Could you imagine if every switch in your house, the switch part was removable, and you'd have to find that 1st, put it in there, and then you could flip a switch.
You know what? I'm
That's
the dice tower.
insane.
We're changing the whole dice tower this way.
Oh.
When you come in the morning, you'll be like, "Oh crap! I forgot the
I
stick."
forgot my wand. I gotta go.
I want to hook this up to that flame jet of death.
Oh, you can do that.
I do like how they're mixing this wand with a record player.
Oh, you know what you could do, actually? You could use this to activate Fingerbot,
Right.
and then have Fingerbot press the flaming rock.
There you go.
If it
That's-
plugs in, you can control. This is just to be silly, I think, with kids.
It's
Yeah,
actually very cute. It seems very well made. They did a
Right.
great video. I thought the
Yeah.
video was excellent.
It's
Very
very cute.
funny, very well done. Yeah, this is cute. It's silly, of course.
I really think like my son would really like this.
Yeah,
Or even if you like, you know,
especially
you're
based on what you plug it into.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just say, or even like a DM, like you have like a D&D playroom or something like that set up. I could see like, keeping the wand next to it and you have to turn it on. I can definitely see some RPG or kids, something like that, getting into this.
Oh yeah, Chris is a good point. We like start the Dice Star studio, start the recording. I'm like, come on.
Where's the camera?
Stupid wand.
It seems cute.
How much is it? 65.
That's cute.
Hard pass.
Less
Not
cute.
that cute.
No,
That's
wait,
like the same price.
Wait, no, wait.
That's not even the wand.
No
What?
wand.
No wand?
That's just a Here we
How do you
go.
activate
80
it?
bucks.
Okay.
That's more
That's
expensive
only
than
4
Universal
backers. Where's
Studio.
everyone backing this thing?
The whole house getting wanded.
Right.
Oh, 2-day special. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't want. Oh, I can't get a 2-day special. I'm out.
See, what I would do is I would put it on like an alarm system.
I could
And if
scream.
somebody breaks in, they're like, "How do I turn this off?"
Oh,
Here's the wand,
there
and I
you
would
go.
buy 12 wands.
And they're all. Only one of them
And they're like,
matters.
"Ah!"
You have chosen poorly.
Right. One of them catches on fire.
Okay.
Z, I want you to explain this project.
I'm very confounded here.
All right, so this is based on that famous picture with the guy with the green apple floating in front of him.
Right.
Does
Which
it show-
also, this one right
that
here.
one.
This
From
picture here.
this artist.
Right.
Whose name they spelled 3 different ways at least. Inspires a lot of confidence.
Right.
Also, this, yeah. I don't. It's such a
was so
weird
confused.
concept.
It's
This
very
is sort of
odd.
like, I've seen a lot of lines of toys where they're like, they'll have a cute name, right? Like Drop Bears.
Right.
And you buy a little box, cardboard box, it's blind buy, you open
Right,
it up
right.
and you're like, oh, this one's the murderous koala. Right. You collect them all kind of thing.
Right.
Now take that and combine it with the most obtuse, bizarre, creepy looking toys you can think of.
You know what, Steve
And that's
Jobs?
what you get.
You know what, Steve Jobs with a.
They have like really
Apple
dead
rattle?
eyes
It's
too.
weird.
The dead
Yeah.
eyes thing. Whoa.
If I saw that, I don't immediately think of that artwork. Like, I had no
Right.
idea what piece of art it was referencing until you went to it. You're talking, oh, that really famous picture. I have no idea what you're talking about. based
This
on
one made me think of it. The one with the pigeon. Yeah, I don't even know what Newton's
just
going on there.
so-
Did you catch him like
Right. Mid drop.
mid apple fall? And he's like, whoa.
Well, all of
this
them
is
are
happening.
just whatever they're referencing. It just happens to be in front of their face. That's
Right.
all.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Right? Like this is
What is going on? That
Like how
doesn't
it's
even
just
look like.
green.
Is that blood? Is
it's a
that
poisoned apple.
The
you
poison
know?
apple, yeah.
Oh.
And I do like the Pinocchio's
Pinocchio.
nose coming out of the
Yeah,
apple.
at least
That's
that's
great.
funny.
That's
It doesn't
cute.
even make sense.
It was falling right as he told a lie.
Man
I
in a
just don't
bowler hat.
understand. This is so weird.
It's very odd.
Well, look, I'm gonna buy you the whole thing, and you can just combine.
The
them
thing is,
all.
who is this for? Like, is it for just solely fans of that artist? Because if you're not, you're going to be wondering why someone is giving you this nightmare fuel.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's just like this
Well-
is the very epitome, and this is a word I don't often use. This is bric-a-brac.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is trash. This is just like you're walking through some restaurant
Right.
littered with garbage and you
Buca
glance
de
at
Beppo.
it. Yeah, you glance
Yes.
at it and you're like, a thing. And you keep going because you're hungry. Who buys this stuff?
Right.
For human consumption? I don't understand.
Okay. Well, here's something that you can understand.
Yes.
Let's go to Indiegogo. For your
There
friend
we go.
who can't get out of bed, you can buy him the Shot Clock
That's
3.
what I'm talking about. Oh, you want to wake up in the morning and not be shot to death?
Right.
Jumping jacks.
Wait, what? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out. Like, this is the kind of thing you buy for yourself, and after day 2, you like break it.
I
yeah.
I
assume
would want nothing to do with this.
Look,
This
sometimes you
terrifies
need to
me.
get up. So you can take your alarm clock, put it across the room
Right.
to make you get out of bed.
Or you
Right.
just be an adult and get up when it goes off. I don't understand that.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to
slow
think
your roll.
of.
I'm sorry.
Hold on
I
now.
don't
Okay,
understand
hold
that.
on
It's
now.
like,
I
I
just
love the name, I will say. The
Shot clock.
Pavlok.
No.
That's pretty good.
this is the third one. I just feel like this is something I bet almost all of these clocks are bought as a gag gift for someone else.
Right.
No one is buying this for themselves.
for someone who's
Also,
always
can you take
late.
it off?
I assume.
I don't know,
like-
but they have a locking solution making it harder to take it off.
Oh, there you
like
go.
in the morning, something goes wrong.
Right, the thing malfunctions. It's shocking you
You're like, "Ah,
repeatedly.
I
You can't get the thing off.
Oh, yes.
This is insane. Yeah, the whole, you have to do jumping jacks
Right.
to make it stop or solve a puzzle.
Right, exactly.
Like, are you insane?
Look,
This is so weird.
I like getting up in the morning, unlike these guys. But at 5 when I wake up, I don't want to solve puzzle at that point.
Right.
I'm still like,
you want to be shocked at that
I want
point.
to do nothing except slowly get out of bed.
Right, I want to slowly wake up. Like, if I wake up quick, I am very angry and like very quick to throw punches
Nick,
or anything near me.
I'm answering you.
If you shock
Weird.
me awake, like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be raging.
Nick says, would this be considered child abuse when maybe a teenager wear one?
Yes, it would.
Yes!
Absolutely.
Yes!
Yeah.
Although tempting. But still, yes! All
I
right.
just don't get
Two
it.
more
Yeah.
projects. They're getting better.
What?
This is so
Are
Do you
they?
love My Little Pony? Would you like to? Have you ever wondered what was inside My Little
No,
Pony?
I've not.
One
actually.
backer,
No.
$0.
I know, how does that work out?
Right, I don't
How do
know.
you back for less than $1?
Because I think it's another.
How does this go beyond the idea stage, right? How does this go beyond? I wonder if. No, I don't wonder.
No, look,
anymore.
I really like. There's a couple books. I don't know if you've ever seen a book where they slice
Yes.
things.
Of course,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Those are really
Multiple
cool.
Pages.
There's even
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
scientific puzzles of human anatomy where, you're putting the organs and then the skeletal structure and then the musculature. That's, cool.
That's
And it's also
fine.
used for educational
exactly.
purposes.
This is
creepy.
also like the same picture, same render. Also, the video is ridiculously funny because it's nothing. It's
Right.
a rendering,
Right.
no audio, nothing. It's just that thing spinning for a solid minute and a half,
Wait. It's spinning.
Uh-huh.
and then they they also the clearly
Now
free
there's
tool
wings.
that they were using
Right.
keeps flashing its branding.
Keep putting the branding up
Oh,
there. Yeah.
ZBrush. All right, let's go to my favorite project of the
Terrible.
week. The
Yes.
Pacalight. Carry the flame anywhere. So, have you ever wanted to carry a lighter and a phone
Near my
together?
$1,000 phone? No, I
Yeah.
have
Oh!
not. No.
Hello.
No, just again, this is like. Can't you put both things in your pockets
Yeah,
anyway?
but what if you lose one?
When your ear
They
is
need to be
burning, it means
attached to one
someone's
another
talking
so-
about you.
So that you can lose both.
And the fact is, he made these. Whoever made this, they're already like produced.
They're
and
ready
stuff.
to ship.
I'm like,
Right.
did someone say great idea?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Mike pulls out a cigarette. I'm like, would you like a light?
I just don't. Yeah, this is bizarre.
Like,
You should not be keeping a lighter next to your phone
Or
and
face.
and keeping them together like near each other in your pocket. Okay, but you shouldn't be, like turning
Right.
one on,
Yeah.
basically on the phone.
you should be really nowadays. There's really no reason to carry a lighter unless you're a smoker,
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Other
That's
than
what this
that,
is for.
I mean,
There's also that one case. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. They make a phone case that you can use to light a cigarette, and it's an arc. Have you ever seen those?
No.
It's like a thick thing. It looks like the otter boxes, and it has, it kind of looks like that one you saw on the Flaming Stone. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
two little things, and you go, and like the spark jumps, and you can light a cigarette in there.
that
That's
also
what-
sounds terrible.
And also
That
like
sounds
burns
awful.
through your battery,
Sure,
I
sure,
assume,
sure.
or
Yeah.
uses an internal battery. It's crazy.
Wow.
This is the cheap version of that. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Just you do not need this stuff. Just keep both in your pocket.
Yeah,
Although,
but
you
again,
know
this
what,
guy
though?
says he's a senior engineer with 40 years of design experience, and I'm like, no.
This might be
that
really
can't
good
be
though
true.
for nighttime photography. You've got a selfie stick.
Right.
It gives you kind of like
Old
that
school.
flickering flame feel.
No. You go to a concert and you don't want to be one of those people
right.
with the
Holding your
flashlight.
phone.
You want to be
You're
the old
trying to act
school.
more.
You're like, oh.
Right. You want
That's
to
what
be
you need it
filming
for. You need this
and
for-
supporting the band.
Right. You need
That's
it
what
for,
it is. And your video's going to be trashed, by the way, because it's going to be going like this the whole time.
It's good for Freebird.
All right. Picks of the week here. I'm pretty sure I know what Z's is. We'll start with you.
I don't think I'm doing what you think I'm doing. Go through them again. They were...
Oh, go through them again? Okay, we got
just go
these.
till I find it. I forget. My third choice was Amun-Re.
Yep.
Then second is actually the one you're thinking of, which is
Grand Carnival.
Grand Carnival.
Is it Krampus?
No, what was it? Was there something else? What am I
Drop
forgetting?
Bears? The Carnival? The war game?
No, am I forgetting
He's clearly
something?
excited about
The
this project,
Alone
whatever
game?
it is.
Right.
There were too many like good
I said there
ones.
were.
Yeah.
Temple of Horrors.
It was.
Nah.
This one, the Dice.
What was it?
The Batman one.
Glad we started with Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, why'd you
Good call.
do this,
Good
Tom?
call.
Because I thought it was a pretty obvious
That's
thing.
Amun-Re then, because I thought there was something else.
All right, Amun-Re, Z pick of the week. Woo,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
strong pick.
Again,
is.
I thought there were a lot of good.
Yes.
There wasn't one clear like, this is absolutely it. There were a lot of decent projects this week.
Yep.
This is a proven game. That's
Yes.
part of it, and this production looks really good. I think the issues you've had before with Alley Cat were
They're more minor issues, and in
they're
fact,
minor.
you can
There
put
were also
mine on too.
there were also kind of graphic design
I'm glad you
issues.
two are picking this because this is my number 2.
You know, there were kind of graphic design issues. What you had with the issues you had with them. Graphic design on this is done. Unless they have a production quality issue,
Right.
it shouldn't be a problem.
The
Like
pictures
the
look good.
cards are too thin or something.
Sure.
You know, but if they stick with this look, this looks rocking.
It looks great.
Yeah, I like Amun-Re a lot, and I have currently a Frankenstein version of it in there,
The
which
re-theme, yeah.
which had some of
Frankenstein
both
re-theme.
in there, but I'll replace that for this, hands down.
Yeah,
As
you
long
would-
as this is good. Although I might keep the chiclets. Those
delicious.
stones look good. I don't know.
Yeah.
The chiclets, I don't have it.
Chiclets are good. You need chiclets.
I'm in the
love
mood for
chiclets.
chiclets now for
You
dinner.
need chiclets.
I'll go to the local chiclet restaurant. All right. All right, Mike, what about you?
Well, since Z did a 3-2-1, my 3 would have been Drop Bears.
Oh, no!
That would have been my number 2. My number 1 is Santa and Krampus. I gotta go with Dice Throne. I'm very excited about this.
I'll tell you, I'm more likely to back this than Amun-Re.
Yeah.
I might back this one. I don't think I'll back Amun-Re.
By the way,
looks
I love
cool.
this artist
I-
so much. He
Manny
says it's
Tremblay.
great.
Yeah, he
he's
does
so
great
good, yeah.
stuff. Great stuff. Did
I gotta
great
get
with
that.
Marvel too.
See, if they had some sort of stretch goal where you could get that sock puppet,
Ooh.
that'd be all
There you
lit.
go.
All right, Camilla, is this yours also?
No, it's actually not. This was my number 2 since we're doing
Okay.
countdowns now.
Okay, we're not
This was
doing
my
that.
number 2. My number 1 is actually Drop Bears, and I think just because I
Oh,
don't
okay.
have your hesitation going into it, so
All right.
it's still a little, not a lot excited about it.
Good.
Like I said, I really like Subterra. It kind of gave me that vibe. I think the minis are so cool in this one, but it's not mini heavy. You know,
Yeah.
it's that has the 3 minis, and I just really think it. I like that they went that approach and didn't
Yeah.
feel like they had to overdo the game. So I hope it plays out, but I'm excited about this one. I think
I
it's a
thought
great
Mike was
theme.
going to pick the levitating stone, but
Well, you know, I am intrigued by the possibility of severe injury. But
tomorrow morning you're going to wake up with that alarm on your wrist, and there'll be a note next to it from the cat saying,
Right.
"Get me that cat."
I'll try to hit the snooze, and it's going to be one of those push pins.
Well, you're the one sticking them in your
I know,
arms.
well,
Yeah,
you
in
know.
your flesh.
All right, I don't know where this one went, folks. All right, that's it for Crowdsurfing. That's the last live thing we got today. Many videos for you to check out. We'll be back tomorrow morning for Board Game Breakfast, and then tomorrow afternoon for our top 10 nature-themed games. And then the Summer Spectacular starts on Monday.
Next week.
Are we ready? We will be.
Yes.
Probably. All right. Thank you to all these people. I hope your games succeed. Well, not all of you, but most of you. I hope the guy with the lighter thing fails. I really do. No, that lighter thing should fail.
Tom, I want to support.
That's going to be sold at all the finest kiosks in half-empty malls around the country.
Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
And I'm Mike Delisio.
Have fun burning things.